Remember seeing the video of Johnny Knoxville pranking you by having you sit on a cake chair?
Yes. So Johnny Knoxville, Eric Andre, and I did a show called Prank Panel. And why I was out, I don't know. I don't know. But they had me in that anyway. And we had, and it wasn't really just a prank from Johnny. And so people, yes, I sit on the chair and immediately go, is this cake? So that's simply the way I laugh. And people are like, how did you know it was cake so fast? Is your ass magical? And then we had gone to a meeting earlier that week where we were talking about pranking the audience members, and Johnny gets a lot of credit. Johnny's great, but it was actually Eric's joke, because Eric was like, why don't we prank the audience by building a chair out of cake? And I was like, that would be hilarious. And then they had me, because the thing is, they could not figure out what I was afraid of. Day one, they were like, what are you afraid of? And I just kept lying to them. I said that I was afraid of animals with human faces.
Damn.
Because it has to be specific. Because I can't just say animals. It had to be specific so they believe it. And so they would randomly put out a picture of a dog with a human face, and I'd be like, that's funny. I'd forget that I was supposed to be scared of it. And they're like, and they sent everybody. They went into cahoots with my husband, which I actually tricked them into being into cahoots with my husband, because one thing I know that man don't do is play about me. So I knew that the thing I'm actually afraid of, he's never going to let them do that. He'll scare them away. And he didn't tell me about them being cahoots with him until way later. I just knew that man had my back. And they just couldn't figure out what was going to scare me or freak me out. And their last resort was the cake, and it really worked. And it was and that's why I got it so fast, because I was like, that would be so funny. And I was like, this don't feel like no couch. This is cake.
This is cake.
I never tasted it, and that is my regret.
Yeah, the viral moment. It looked good. It looked like it was good. Michael B. Jordan, talked about getting therapy after Killmonger, after his role as Killmonger, because being kind of trapped in that. You said you didn't have to experience that level because it was your first time.
Yeah.
Since Precious, as you started to kind of work on the mechanics of being an actress and growing into, obviously, the international star that you are.
You keep saying that.
Because you're everybody. My uncle's in Nigeria.
International.
Okay.
If my uncle's in Nigeria,
Where's she? International star.
All right.
So where for you, in that position, had you ever had to go, I'm stuck in this character, or I start taking traits from this other character and I'm living it, and I got to break away from it,
right?
Nah, I'm pretty ignorant, man. There are times where I feel like I'm behind because I don't have the learning. I don't have the teachings to take me from point A to B as an actor in a scene. And I always feel like, I'm a little behind, but I talked to Kathy, I was complaining to Kathy Bates about it, and she was like, do not take a class.
The Kathy Bates?
Yeah, we worked together on American Horror Story.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And so we became friends.
Yeah.
And she said, she's like, you need to lean on your instincts. If you take class, they're going to erase those instincts. You need to just lean on that. Yeah. And so I move through the world. I am the character between action and cut, and then I take my home.
And Denzel said the same thing. Denzel was like, do you like staying character? He goes, no.
Yeah.
It's done. I'm done. That's the movie. Yeah. I don't go home he was like,
it's super weird.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
Whatever you're doing, whatever you did at that point was obviously great enough, because you then became Oscar nominated.
Number 8. I'm the 8th Black woman to be nominated for an Oscar.
8.
Isn't that nuts?
Can you imagine?
But in 2020, in 2010, isn't that nutty?
Yeah, that's crazy. So were you blown away by that? You had to have been blown away. Wait, what?
Were you blown away or disappointed?
That's a great question.
Because it's the 8th Black person to be nominated.
Yeah.
Were you like, wow, but damn?
It was, know, the whole time. Because like yes, the Oscars is kind of like the final award show, but there's a bunch of awards running up to it that you're nominated for, that will tell you if you'll be nominated for the next, and the win will let you know whether or not you'll win. So I was on a losing streak to the Oscars, but a losing streak nonetheless, right? Yeah. So I was nominated for a bunch of awards that I lost. But I had to keep sort of showing up and you know, I'm just honored to be nominated, you know.
Was that your Oscar?
Jerry Seinfeld said it best. He's like, I don't like nominations because the first two letters are no.
Or Eddie Murphy talked about it. Eddie Murphy was like, why you got me showing up here? Like, I got all dressed up and then.
And but like you also, like, when you get to the big day, you know that you're not gonna win unless it's like Halle Berry lost everything except for the Oscar. And so that's why her speech, she was genuinely surprised.
No, she was like,
because she was like, I lost everything. Because if you lose the Golden Globe, then you lose the, it's that sort of thing.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Like this is, there's sort of a rhythm to it that will, the Golden Globes kind of can predict.
That's like the one right before the Oscars. Sometimes it can.
It's before the nominations.
The nominations. Oh, gotcha.
So it's a lot of, you know, and it was amazing and excellent. And I thought, again, like I thought I was just like running from, like the day before I was an actor, I was stuck over the phone. So like, it really was like, oh, okay, this is crazy. And it was, and I didn't really understand the gravity of what was happening while it was happening, which was good, because at the same time, all these award shows and like, what are you gonna do next? And what do you want to do? Who do you want to work with? And who, like, don't piss this person off, and make sure you wear this dress, and make sure you name this designer, and don't get caught at the Chris Brown concert, and you know what I mean? Like, there's all of these things happening at the same time, and at the same time, like, your actual real life is imploding because now people are mad at you. Like, it's like, why you didn't text me back? Because you think that because you up at the premiere with Denzel and Will Smith in them, you can't text nobody big.
Nobody big?
Like, you know, or like, and my mom was mad at me because she'd be like, you don't talk about your brother in any of your interviews. And I'd be like, what are we talking about? Why am I talking about my brother in an interview for a movie? Like, it's just like, you don't, where you're shunning him, like you're making a fake problem out of nothing. Like, and so there was a lot of bullshit. Just that, you know what my daddy did? My daddy did some weird thing and we still have never talked about it. Apparently, some Danish company came to his house and filmed him watching the Oscars. Like, filmed him watching the Oscars, and I only know because my mom was mad at me about something else and told me this, and I was like, well, why didn't Dad tell me? And to this day, we have never talked about it, because I think it's so like, everybody is so weird everywhere. Everywhere.
You know what, the way I describe it, and only from my small little sample size, nothing on that scale, but you know, having a brother who played in the NFL prior to, and I was, you know, still in college, and watching to see how, you know, friends and family and, you know, teammates and everybody, there is this weird thing that happens when you hit success. And obviously, I'm sure you experienced that with where everyone immediately perceives you differently. And so you have to then make the adjustment that, wait, everybody's viewing me differently. And they think that, you know, it's like, it's almost like you walked in and they're like, you didn't know, you didn't get the memo, you're supposed to be doing this, you gotta be doing that, you gotta be doing this, and you gotta try to play catch up, and you can't fulfill every single person's expectation, so you end up becoming enemy number one, or blame number one, where they blame you, something broke down, well, it was because of you, or you become the therapist where I got a problem, this thing, and they come to you because really,
my house.
I don't know anything about mortgages, I don't know, but you're on TV, you're making a lot of money, you gotta help me, you have all the problems. Like, I ain't never even bought a house before, how you coming to me? So, and that had to be, did you ever, how did you end up managing the expectations from others?
I probably spun out. Like, it just was, it was a very, very weird time. Because at the same time, I had to keep showing up at these award shows so I could lose. So like, you know, and then also I'm worried about the next thing I do. Am I ever going to act again? Like, is someone going to hire me? Cause I was hired for this role because of my body and my look, but do I fit in other things? do I fit in a world of like all white people in Minneapolis and where, you know, where someone
So
is
you feared of being typecasted.
Yeah, and what happened was a few scripts came my way that were like Precious 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like it was a lot of
Boogaloo.
because it would be like kind of the same thing.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's my joke because it's. I swear it'd be like it'd be stuff where it's
I kind of
like.
want to see that.
But it'd be like the same character over and over
Right,
again.
yeah.
And one time, there's a director I really, really wanted to work with. I love his movies, and I auditioned for him, and he literally said in the audition, so like, I want you to audition as Precious.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, think about it. You have 2 children at home. You have HIV. I'm not kidding. This literally came out of his mouth. You have HIV, you have 2 kids at home, 1 has Down syndrome, your mom, you were the incest, really, really challenge all. And it's like, why do I need to do that when you can see that I can do that? Yeah. And also, this is literally to play someone that works at Toys R Us.
What?
I'm not kidding.
That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments. This is 154.